Hello everyone. In this video, I will be discussing an instrument which is popular among Shona people of Southern Africa, and this instrument is called the Mbira. The word Shona is a covered term for a number of people groups who speak similar languages and are indigenous to territories spanning today's Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and Zambia. The dialects spoken by Shona people are Zezuru, Korekore, Manyika, Ndao, and Karanga. And these dialects coincide with variations in traditional musics. In other words, the people groups who speak these different dialects have slightly different musical traditions. There are a few important things about the music of traditional Shona societies. First and foremost, Shona people practice yodeling, and this suggests influences of the Central African people groups. At some point, we will talk about yodeling as a major feature of Central African music. The Mbira has a long history among Shona people, and this is supported by archaeological findings of metal prongs in Shona societies. By the way, the Mbira is made up of metal prongs, and it falls under the instruments known as lamellophones. Metal prongs are also known as lamella, and that is why instruments that are made with metal prongs are described as lamellophones. Tonal harmony among Shona people suggests possible influence of San people, and the Mbira also features similarities with Bo music. Let me say a little about Shona musical instruments. The Mbira is perhaps the most distinctive musical feature of Shona people, and it is played with the thumb and index fingers. The structure of the instrument itself is such that the longer lamella are around the middle of the instrument, while the shorter ones are towards the edges. The Mbira is often amplified by the use of God resonator and, more recently, sound pickups. Some players attach snail shells to their resonator, and in modern times, bottle tops are also used instead of snail shells. And this creates a buzz that adds to the density of the composite sound of the instrument. Traditionally, the instrument Mbira features prominently in rituals, and in particular the Mbira Zavadzimo, which means the Mbira of the ancestral spirit, features prominently in a ceremony, spirit possession ceremony known as the Bira. And this Mbira Zavadzimo is associated with Zezuru people. The Mbira Zavadzimo has become the most widely known version of the instrument, and it usually has about 22 or slightly more keys. Of course, there are other variants of the Mbira among different people groups or subgroups of the Shona people. As there are Mbira with spiritual significance, there are also a few versions of the instruments which are smaller and without any spiritual connotation. And these are also known by different names, such as Kalimba or Karimba or Yunga Yunga.
This one is called the Nyunga Nyunga, also from Zimbabwe, but you also find ones in Mozambique as well. This one is quite different actually from the Mbira Zavadzimo. This one has got a calabash that's attached to the instrument, as opposed to the one that I played earlier, which is separated from the instrument. So this one is different from the mbira, and in terms of its structure, this one has 2 layers as opposed to the mbira tsavatsimu. So this one has got the upper register, this one, and the lower register, whereas in the mbira tsavatsimu it only has the 2 layers on the left hand side and 1 layer on the right hand side. So you can basically play in the key of C major. You can also play in the key of F major. However, if you're playing on F major, you are missing a B flat. So you'd always have to navigate your way around that if you're playing in this F major scale without the B flat. So this one, when comparing it to the mbira tsavatsimu, this one doesn't have ancestral connections to it. And I think a lot of people are more comfortable playing this one. It's even nice playing it for young kids, babies, put them to sleep and all of that stuff. With the lamellophones, you've got this. This one has a, you can also have a buzzy sound with it. But here, I didn't want to use the buzzy sound when I played the last time I did a show. So I put some tape over it so that I can mute the buzzy sound of the bottle tops. So if I move this, so now when I play, you've got more of a buzzy sound to the instrument. The same as the mbira tsavatsimu, but you'd find that on the tsavatsimu, these buzzy sounds would be on the calabash, around the calabash, and yeah.
Mbira players are known as Mbira, which means someone who scratches the mbira keys. And these players often combine playing the instrument with singing.
Vasara kondereiko unatambira mariko unatambira chichano chichano metere wembwa Vasara kondereiko unatambira chichano.
Hosho is a natural shaker. I call it a natural shaker because it is a plant that is made to dry, and the dried seed inside it enables it to function as a shaker. So this instrument usually accompanies the mbira.
Yeah. And 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3.
As with many African languages, there are no words in Shona that directly translate to the Western conceptualization of music. Although there is a word for singing, kuimba, and another word, kuridza, means to play an instrument. It literally means to make something cry out. Shona people ascribe power to musical activities. Hence, these activities are highly valued and revered. To this end, the ability to play the mbira, for instance, is said to be divinely given. Many mbira players are taught to play songs in their dreams. They wake up and are able to play new songs, songs that they never knew before they went to sleep. Being bestowed with the ability to play an instrument is seen as a sign of divine favor. Musicians are often seen as mediums through whom the spirits communicate with humans. And it is a common belief that songs reside in the Mbira. The work of the Mbira is to bring out the songs. The Mbira ceremony is a major context in which Mbira music is featured. During this ceremony, individuals beg guidance from their deceased ancestors. And so being a spirit medium is a revered status in Shona societies. Mbira music and drumming are very important in bringing about spirit possession. When the medium is possessed, the music stops, and this is a signal to the fact that music plays a secondary role in these Mbira ceremonies. Music is also used to accompany work for social criticism as well as air domestic grievances in Shona societies.
Ba-dum,